this time, just before we get into the morning message, I do want to share a couple brief updates, two main points in particular about the end-time news and prophecy update. What occurred last night was the first of two blood moons that is going to happen this year. The next one's going to happen on September 28th of this year. And the interesting thing about what took place last night and what's going to take place in September is that it falls on a Jewish holiday, where other times it did not. Now, the reason why that's significant, because every time that the blood moon has appeared to fall on a Jewish feast was a big event that occurred in the nation of Israel. Let me give you two snapshots of what took place the previous two instances this happened. Back in 1949 and 50, that was the birth of the nation of Israel that took place around that time. So the exiled Jewish people all over the world came back to their homeland, and that's a fulfillment of Bible prophecy from the Old Testament talks about that. And then the other time that it occurred was in 1967 and 68, and this coincided with the 6-Day War, where all these nations were coming against it, and you see how the nation of Israel prevailed. And so that's the exciting thing. Now, something else may occur in this next period of time. If we're looking at history and Bible prophecy, something tremendous is going to happen during this next period of time as we're seeing this pattern taking place. So whether it's between now and September or somewhere around this period of time, something drastic will happen, as we've seen taking place in the previous examples and how it's fallen on the Jewish holidays. Now, there's a good chance to bring up the second point of dealing with the nation of Iran and the deal that went forth. But as they've been saying before, which was one of their bridge generals, he said it quite a few times, that erasing Israel, off the face of the map, is non-negotiable. That is their intention. That is their plan from the get-go. And he said this before. What they're also trying to do, which we've seen in the past, is their increase in efforts to arm the West Bank and the Palestinians for battle against Israel. So even though there's a little bit of a peacetime right now, the rockets are not coming in, they're just arming up. They're arming up. They're loading up right now. They're digging more tunnels in there right now. And so their whole intention is to move and to lead toward Israel's annihilation. They've been very clear about this. This deal that just happened just the other day is going to escalate that. We've also seen not only the arming that, but also the Jerusalem Post said that Iran has been placing guided warheads onto their rockets. So we're seeing more of this taking place. So their unguided rockets that they had in the past are now becoming accurate guided M600 projectiles by upgrading their warheads. So they're increasing their arsenal of Hezbollah, which is in Lebanon. They're gearing up Hamas, which is in the Palestinian area. And then this deal. And this may be the tipping point that is so significant in all the prophecies that we've been watching and seeing for several reasons. Numerous articles, a lot of other things are being said and spoken, but the bottom line, and here's the summary of why it's so important, this deal does not slow, prevent Iran's nuclear development. If anything, it's giving them the green light to continue to produce their uranium and to produce their nuclear weapon. Why are they doing that? So they can wipe Israel off the face of the map. That's the whole intended purpose. Israel knows this. They also know that the only one reason or only remaining option on the table for their survival involves taking out these facilities. They've been practicing these things and how they're flying their warplanes into the Mediterranean Sea to see how far they can go without having to refuel. So they've been practicing this. But here's the thing that they said. If we do that, the President of the United States, that we're going to shoot down the Israeli military planes if they decide to do that. And so if this does happen, this may lead to an escalation of the battle of Gog and Magog in Ezekiel 38-39. Also, it could be possibly the proxy war of Isaiah 17 taking place immediately before that time. And we're seeing all these other countries lining up as Psalm 83 talks about. So we're seeing this big development. And the nation of Israel, deal or no deal, has to do what it needs to do to protect itself. Every nation should have that right to do that. Now, if anything, here's what's taken place in the nation of Israel, and this is why the past election was so exciting, is because there seems to be this united force within the Israeli people. From all sides of the political fence, left, right, in between, without exception, the politicians are united, stating that this is a horrible deal that has just taken place with Iran and the other nations around. So it's exciting times to see, bless you, exciting times to see Bible prophecies before our eyes. And as we mentioned, Jesus promised that he's coming back to rapture his church at any moment. The imminent return of Jesus Christ. So are you ready for the rapture? Yes? If not, get ready, stay ready, keep looking up. Ready or not, Jesus is coming back. So as we're seeing these things unfold, as the events continue to line up, it's exciting times for us to be living in. Amen?